Boy, it's kind of a froggy old day out here. Yeah, I've got one thing that I hope it makes it onto the agenda today. I received my new lens, and I need to get that replaced. But I don't know if that'll happen. I've got to run into town, take care of a couple things this morning. Kerwood's coming up this afternoon, I believe. That was the last plan I heard anyway, and I think we're going to try and fire that Lincoln Y block. But I had that 6-cylinder engine on the stand, that race car engine. Guy gave that to me, and I put it up on the stand and spent some quality time with it and got it running, and then I sold it. So I'm gonna go see the guy that gave it to me and slip a couple $100 into his pocket, because that just seems like the right thing to do. I just think we ought not take advantage of people's generosity, and it all comes back, you know. It's all good karma. And I'm going to go hopefully pick up a frame for that 34 Plymouth coupe that's sitting down there on my driveway that you cannot see because of the fog. Oh, you can kind of see the outline there. Anyway, I'm gathering up parts for that thing. I've got a couple of engines. If I can get one of them broke loose, I got a couple of Hemis, got a transmission. I went and picked up a couple of hind ends for it yesterday. I don't know which one I'll use yet, but I got two. I have options. And what else do I have for that? One of them is a shortened, or rather a narrowed 9-inch housing. I don't have the third member, but that can be bought, and there's a guy here locally that makes that'll make the axles. So yeah, I'm gonna go see about getting a frame for that thing this morning. Yeah, got stuff going on around here, right, Josh? Yeah, come on out and tell folks about it. You betcha. Boy, all of a sudden we just got engines everywhere in here. Look there. I got that one jacked up there, kind of leveled up, and I've got some engine release in there and some croll, and hopefully that's going to creep around those cylinders, creep around those pistons maybe, and get things loosened up. We'll see. I'll give it a couple of weeks like that and flip it over and do the other side, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. But and then we got this one, same kind of deal, and then we got this one over here. Kerwood was supposed to come up today, and we were going to fire this thing, but he got kind of knee deep in another project. He's got some issue with the throttle body on his little Astro van, his little work van. So he said he's trying to get that figured out because he might have to go to work Wednesday. And I told him, well, you don't want to start out your career, you know, by being late for work and stuff. So it'll look good on his resume if he can, you know, show up on time and everything. So that's where we're at. This one's on hold for a day or two, but I'm going to bring the Dojulac in over there and see what I can get done with it today. Boy, it was a rough one out there today, boys and girls. Should have knocked the snow off of that before I brought it in, but all my life I've been doing things I shouldn't do and not doing things I should, so I start now. Anyway, yeah, it was rough. I had Had to move about 5 inches of snow, which is not a lot, but it was 28 degrees out there. By the time I got that area cleaned up out back, down the driveway and back, which my driveway's paved driveway to the edge of the parking area is 2,000 feet. So plus all this other area. So by the time I got back, my fingers were gone. They were numb. So I just had to stop. I'll clean this up when I get back from town. Brought this thing in. Got to get my snow shield. I've got a plexiglass shield I mount on this thing in the wintertime. I don't know, I just forgot to put that on. I should have had that done when the weather was nice, but I didn't. There again, not doing something I should have. But and I brought that engine hoist in because I got to roll that Hemi over, and I want to bring the pistons vertical, and so when I lubricate those cylinders, I'll get penetration all the way around the piston. If it's just sitting as an engine sits, then they're, you know, they're on the 45 or whatever degrees they are. So the top part of the piston doesn't get any penetrant, and I want to start soaking the other side of that thing. So yeah, I got it leveled up on one side. Now I'm going to roll it over to level it up on the other side and get that thing soaking and see if we can get her turned over, but that's another day. Anyway, I got that engine hoist in here so I can pick that engine up and move it around because I don't have room to wiggle this thing in here. And that's just about the size of it. I could devise a little better system other than just nuts and bolts. Put that on, I could weld some bolts in the bottom of this and make studs to just sit it down on. And that'd save probably 2 minutes out of my year, you know, but I only do this once a year. I think it'll be all right. Well, there. Now I won't have to mess with that again until next July when it stops snowing around here. Okay, I'm going to run this thing back outside, park it under the lean-to back there, plug in the block heater, hook up the battery tender, and I'll be ready for the next battle. Then I'm going to finagle this engine hoist around over here and roll over this hemispherical over here and squirt some stuff in the plug holes. I watched the video. There's a guy called Farm Project, I think, something like that, and he did this whole test with rusted bolts and tested all these different penetrating oils. And I've been using that Kroll, and it's always worked for what I needed it for, but it might not be the best to unseason an engine. So he did this test, and the very best thing was liquid wrench. And then come next to that was Seafoam Deep Creep. And Seafoam Deep Creep was a better lubricant than the other one once it got in there, once it seeped down, once it did its deep creep thing. But liquid wrench was about the best. And I had a YouTuber recommend something to me, and I ordered some of it. I'm going to try that as well. But I'll put that link in the bottom of this video. It's really interesting, his control test, how he did the control on it. So, you know, he torqued everything to the same specs all the way through, all that. So anyway, I found it interesting, and maybe you will too. Christmas, I'm going to buy myself a new tractor seat. Yeah, I'm going to buy myself a Christmas present. Make sure I had all the weight on this chain and not on this one that's by the carburetor. It's free. I'm talking to myself or talking to you guys, I don't know. Could use another set of hands. Are you guys just going to sit there and watch me do this? Alright. Ah, it's going to come down hard. I'm feared. I feared it is. There we go. Whaling always finds a way. Ain't always the prettiest thing. Sitting on top. It's the way I want it. Looks like I got some plugs to pull out. I can do it. One of my subscribers recommended this stuff, and I'm going to give it a try. If that don't work, I'll let it sit a few days. If that doesn't do anything, I'll get some liquid wrench, put in there, and let it sit a few days. And if that don't work, we'll set it on fire and push it over the mountain. Plugs, the tips look pretty good, but they're awfully rusted. This thing's got some water down in here sometime, but it did have plugs in it. That's always good, I guess. Wow, they're loose. Ralph had put some oil in this thing while it was stored down at his house. Ralph's a good man. Should have more video. Hope to get more video on that boy. Some of his work. He's going to build my building out back. He's a good contractor, man. You know, the trouble with contractors, they show up and work a couple days, and then you don't see them again for 2 weeks. You know, they take off and go somewhere else. And then they come back and work a couple days, and then they're gone for another 2 weeks. And Ralph's a house framer. He does about 10, 12 houses a year. He frames his houses by himself. He's got a system, and he just gets it done, you know. He gets the trusses up there, whatever it takes, gets her done. But he, when he starts a project, when he starts a house, he don't go anywhere else until that's done. And that has given him a really good reputation in this town. And I can understand why. He's a good man. Of course, I do the same thing with the grafting. You know, there was times we had to split the crews, but I had people that could handle it. Namely Victor. I've had him run 100-acre jobs in California while I was taking care of stuff up here. But we didn't start one job and then leave. We always stay with it. We might start 3 jobs at once, but we'll stay with them all until they're done. Not jumping around or anything. Okay, we'll let her sit a few days. Okay, let's talk about hemisphericals. This one, Rover Frank tried to turn it over. He said it didn't turn over, but I don't know how much he reefed on it. I don't know what he did with the cylinders. I don't know anything about it. I haven't messed with it yet. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get it situated and get it oiled up too. This one, You know, I'd like to make this one run if it's at all possible, because it's a complete engine. That old carb, I don't know. But at very best, I'm sure it wouldn't need a kit if you could find one for it. You can find stuff for about anything. This is the least desirable Hemi because of this bell housing that's built into the block. You see that one's chopped off there, so you can get adapters and put any kind of transmission you want behind that one. This one you're kind of stuck with that little 3-speed that goes behind it. So being the least desirable Hemi, you know, that is right up my alley, man. With the junk I work on around here, I'd love to have that thing in that 34 Plymouth down there and a 3-speed in it. It'd be just fine with me. It might not be the most desirable. It's still a Hemi, man, you know. So I'm gonna try and break her loose. I'm gonna keep going. I may have to pull the heads, pull the pan, and put the hot wrench on it or something, but I'm gonna keep moving forward with it and just see what happens. All right, guys, thought I'd just give you a little mid-week update, and basically it was just an excuse to tell y'all have a great Thanksgiving. I hope you spend some time with your family and loved ones, and I'll see you on the flip-flop. All right, appreciate you.